You want to get rid of your man boobs in 2024. Well, I got just the secret for you to do that. See, here's the thing. Getting rid of your man boobs is really just on your diet and the type of workouts that you're doing and, and how lean you are. Like, there's a bunch of different factors that go into like why you have man boobs. But before we get into this, the reason on why and why you have man boobs and how you can get rid of them, let me tell you a little story about me back in the day. Back in the day, junior high days, I kind of struggled. Like, I was back in junior high, I was more skinny fat, mainly due to like my diet. Back in the day, I would eat a lot of like junk food, a lot of like processed shit, unhealthy foods back in my junior high days. Like, I was always still athletic, but junior high, I was more of like, I wasn't like fat, but it was like a skinny fat. Like, I gained a little bit of a skinny fat, but it was weird because I was still like athletic at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I still had a level of athleticism to me, right? But back in those days, I had a little bit of like, it wasn't like crazy man boobs, but it was like, a little, you could see there's a little bit of like gyno, a little bit there, right? And so, I remember one day I wore a V-neck to school in the 8th grade, and it was a little bit of a tighter shirt, and I got roasted for my man boobs, and it's pretty embarrassing. And I was like, damn, bro, like, I always wondered, like, why is it that, like, where do these man boobs come from? Like, why do I have man boobs? Like, what's going on? But as I got into high school, it went away a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I noticed there was a little bit there, just like a little bit there. Not really, because back in high school, I think that was the most athletic that I ever was in my entire life, because I was playing basketball, I was playing soccer, I was doing track. Like, I was really athletic. I was playing sports like all the time. But I still had a little bit of gyno. Like, it wasn't like anything crazy. It wasn't like crazy noticeable, but like it was like a little bit there, right? When I look back, it might have just been, honestly, in my own insecurity that I was overthinking, right? But fast forward to my college years, COVID, COVID lockdown years, I started experimenting with doing push-ups. I was doing like 100 push. So there were some days during the COVID lockdowns I would do 1,000 push-ups a day. But if I had work that day, I would do about 500 push-ups that day. This is when we were in COVID lockdowns. And what I found doing 500 push-ups a day, like, my chest transformed. Like, my chest was no longer the same. Like, my chest was born again. When you get baptized, you're born again. That's literally what happened to my chest. My chest was born again. You know what I mean? Like, my chest was baptized. No more man boobs, bro. I'm here to share the testimony. I'm here to share how I got rid of my man boobs, bro. So basically, what I found in my personal experience is like doing push-ups is what helped me develop my chest the most. Like, if you are a guy with like man boobs right now, moobs, for lack of a better term, you wanna like do a lot of like push-ups. So what I did was, I was doing like, you don't even got to do 500 push-ups like I did, like, because that was just me out of boredom and COVID lockdown. I would say start out with as many push-ups you can do right now. Like, say for example, let's say you can only do 20 push-ups, right? So maybe every morning you wake up, you do those 20 push-ups, and then at night you do 20, and then as the days goes on, you want to add to it, and maybe 25, and then 20, 30 becomes 40, 50, so on and so forth. Work your way up to maybe 100 push-ups, 50 to 100, I think, is a good range, right? I would say make a habit of doing a lot of like push-ups. Like, so for example, doing 50 push-ups maybe in the morning when you wake up, and then 50 before you go to bed. And then even on your chest day, you do like 100 push-ups at the end. Or maybe you do 100 to 50 push-ups beginning of the workout. Like, I would say add push-ups to your daily routine. Like, do them regularly, because I found push-ups is what helped really develop my chest. Like, my chest was not the same after I started doing push-ups. Like push-ups is really what helped me develop my chest like crazy. Like honestly, like I didn't start seeing like real chest gains until I started doing push-ups. And mind you, I was doing like bench press and like I saw some gains from like I saw good gains from bench press and stuff like that, but push-ups was just it just did something different to my chest. It just brought something out of my chest that that other workouts didn't. Like it really just carved the chest, you know. Another thing that helped me develop my chest and kind of get rid of that man boob look is um honestly just like, and also just leaning down too. So basically like doing a lot of um like I was doing a lot of cardio. So I was doing, for example, I was doing skip rope. Skip rope is a really good way to burn fat. I was doing a lot of skip rope, and yeah, like skip rope, that was really huge. And just yeah, just in general, some kind of cardio that you're doing is what's gonna help with those man boobs. And even just like, and also your diet too. Like you gotta kind of clean up your diet a lot more cleaner, so that like foods that have less fat in them, more high protein foods, that's also gonna help with your man boobs. And I think another thing too is what's really gonna help is just like maximize, like getting, just growing your chest in general. Like I would say like doing the push-ups, do that, but also you want to make sure you're doing like chest workouts that are really going to grow your chest. So obviously, you know, doing your bench press, doing dips is a really good one too, because dips works out those the lower part of your the lower part of your pecs, like your lower pecs. And that's really, and that's usually where that's usually where the man boobs are forming. So if you can focus on developing your lower chest, bro, say bye to your man boobs, bro. Like if you're doing the dips and the dips, you're doing your dips and your push-ups, that's like half the battle. Like that's gonna help you a lot to get rid of your man boobs. So dips and your pull-ups. Sorry, dips and push-ups. I hope I'm not saying pull-ups. I don't know why I'm confusing those. But dips and your push-ups is really gonna help with your man boobs. And then also doing like a lot of like different types of chest workouts. Like you could do like the machine flies, that like chest flies with the machine, your bench press. But you gotta make sure you're gonna have at least a dip movement in your chest routine. And also doing like cable flies, but the downward ones that also focus your lower chest. You want to make sure you have that in your routine, and you want to make sure you're having some daily push up workouts in your routine. And then like obviously, you know, you have your cardio and eating cleaner. If you can do those things, like I'm telling you, within a year, you're gonna see some crazy gains in your chest. All for me today. If you like this video, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Send this to someone who needs to hear it. Remember, there's nothing enlightening about playing small. I'll catch you guys in the next video.